Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as you can see over there is the man known as Chronixx and a lovely young lady. I forgot your name.
Alyssa.
I used to be heavy into reggae music, Jamaican music, and I slipped a little in the last couple of years because I've been on my comedy business. But everybody's telling me you're the newest, hottest thing. I'm like, what's the hottest thing? They just say, what do I need to have in my computer? They're like, Chronixx right away. Well, give me the background, give me your little story, your spiel on why.
Well, Chronixx is a youth from Spanish Town, Jamaica, Started producing music when I was around 15, I grew up with my father as a, dancehall artist,
Chronixx, right?
Yeah, and, he used to do a lot of movement here in New York.
Yeah.
With Massive B.
Yeah, Bobby and them.
Yeah. So, I grew up, being exposed to music and production and all of these things. And, I started producing when I was 15, and then I started...
Like making music.
Yeah, writing, composing, making rhythms, and just getting familiar and acquainted with music and the whole creative process.
Yeah.
And... we decided, say, we're going to do the artist side of things. Just a couple months short of 3 years ago, you know what I mean? And I'm new to this whole to the artist industry, I'm not an alien because we used to produce and we've been working with artists and we've been working in the music business for a while.
You decided to step
as an artist, and it's somewhere I've been always singing for all my life, whether it was church, school, and the choir in a group with my brothers and sisters. I was always singing, and even when I was producing, I was writing, I was doing harmonies in studio.
Yeah,
because you write a song for your artist and you voice it, then you have to do the harmonies, you have to mix, and so I'm always try to find myself in music.
Yeah.
In some way, shape or form. You know what I mean? So there's not much to Chronixx except music. Me is not a youth that can come say I was a postman and I'm 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so it's not.
Yeah,
I've
never worked that. I've never had a job before in my life. You know what I mean? So I have zero work experience. I've never been to any party, club, anything. I don't know nothing except music and
Wait, you've never been to a party or a club?
Probably once or twice, but nothing I can really remember, anything memorable.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds crazy.
Never smoked in my life, never drink.
You never smoked?
Never.
Marijuana?
Never.
Your name is Chronixx.
So what go on is we steam herb, so me's a herbalist, so we drink with tea and we steam with herb, which is you would call it vaporizing. In a Jamaica, you have
okay, so you partake
steam. No partake, we take part.
Take part. Chronixx has to do with that?
No.
Because Chronixx is a slang.
Chronixx.
Okay.
Yeah, Chronixx come from Chronixx because I've had the name Chronixx since high school. I didn't give myself that name.
Right. You're Chronicle's son, Chronixx. Like
Chronixx.
a junior, like Junior Gong to...
Yeah.
Where do you perform? You perform now in clubs.
Yeah, but it's not really a clubbing vibes. You know what I mean? Because you have club the place and you have club the vibes.
Got you.
So it's two different things. I mean, everybody, whether it want to be a school club or some club, you must be into a club.
Yeah. Now, is it because you don't want to? Are you against it? Because I hear there's certain songs where it's like...
No, well, I'm not against it. I could never be against that. You know what I mean? But first thing, I spent most of my life in studio, in school, or in church, or some... I didn't really have time for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even as a young youth, all of my friends, them love party and thing. And... I just didn't find much interest in that. I always felt like there was something more constructive to do. Which is pretty boring. It's boring, It's dumb. You know what I mean?
Wait, what's dumb?
Just not doing these things in these modern times. It's unheard of. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. I don't find 100% enjoyment in it, but it's my job led me to when I was younger. I went to go see Wu-Tang perform for the first time ever, and that was the first club I ever went to. And the hours waiting for them to perform, I didn't enjoy. But then when I saw the show, I loved it.
Yeah, that's different. Like,
Yeah,
you go and watch a live performance of any sort, it's different.
Yeah.
Than just go and listen to music and drink and smoke.
Yeah, I don't drink or smoke, so that's why I don't. But it's just part of my life. I have to go to these, to make a living, I have to go where there's loud music and crowds. But people say you or you have an issue or some kind of thoughts towards like a lot of the lyrics now in dancehall music and music in Jamaica.
What I have a problem with is big worldwide synchronization, or what you call it, this big worldwide oneness. We're going where everybody is just like the same person. I couldn't tell when was the last time I met an individual.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, we're all here, everybody in here dressed in the same clothes, wear the same shoes. You know, and like everybody do the same thing in life. Everybody's doing the same things. And like, that's what I have a problem with. And it's a personal problem. It's not something that, I mean, if you're cool with living a life without an identity, cool. But I don't want to live like that.
Right.
So when my
don't
music
judge anyone else.
How I set personal standards for myself is by putting it in songs. Because what happens is, when you do music, you have to live what you sing. Mm. So I use my music as guidelines for my own self. So like, I sing Address. Address is really a song to keep me in check. You know, I don't want to get caught doing any of those things that I'm singing about. You know what I mean? So like, you use your own music as a guideline for yourself. So it's not necessarily, it's more for me than for anybody else.
Things you're discussing in a song, let's say there's some guy who's not an individual. He seems like he's a carbon copy of a lot of other guys, but he loves your song.
Yeah.
Does it make you feel weird? Like, how could you love this song and be like that? Don't you think about what I'm saying in the song?
Well, you'll always have people who is like that. You'll always have people who is like that. First and foremost, you have people who love music regardless of what the music is saying. Yeah. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just love music. And like, you can hardly find somebody who don't love music. You know what I mean? So regardless of what, I mean, you have people go to church every Sunday and say, never would have made it without you, Jesus. And they're not Christians. They don't love Jesus. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know? And you have all heap of man who say, yeah, Rastafari, and listen all heap of Sizzla and burn him weed. And man, Rasta, I'm not do not know Sizzla talk about in the song.
True.
You know? You have man who listen, we got it right every day, and him don't smoke. Mm. You know what I mean? So,
that's me.
So it's like, it's just a vibe where, you know, you'll always have people like that who is just in it for the music and the nice sound of things and the hype. Because remember, the song have a lot of hype around it.
Yeah.
You know? And the hype can really distort the message.
True.
Because
there's some talks of a diss to somebody.
Yeah, and like the hype, no, this distort the real message. You know what I mean? And the song has nothing to do with anybody else any more than it have to do with me. You know what I mean? So
there's no Popcorn reference in there. That's what somebody told me.
Alright, so me and Popcorn was in Germany together. It's a few weeks ago. I think in August. Yeah. No, in June. We was in Germany together. Whatever is about. He said nothing to me about the song. I said nothing to him about the song. With just a reason about other things that we can do. Like, for instance, it was just like reasoning about some rhythms and things. Yeah. Like, I produced a song with him a while before. And, you know, I was just saying, right now, I'm going to get next with him for Vice, man. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, me is one of Popcorn first fans. Yeah,
right.
Like, literally. Yeah, I was one of Popcorn first fans. I remember the first time I met Popcorn at studio in De La Vega City. You know, I built the rhythm that he was recording on. And I was at studio and I was like, yo, you're going to be big. A time that I didn't even know I was going to be big. Like, I never know that I was going to be an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was a producer, and I had no interest in being an artist.
Right.
Because, I mean, the artist thing kind of shallow sometimes. There's not much depth to it.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of times, but
yeah.
There are some very influential artists out there who have
exactly rare.
They balance out with much depth.
Rare.
You know?
It's very rare.
So, how old is... He's not much older than you, right?
No, it couldn't be.
So let's say someone like him. Who else are you a fan of? Who else do you like?
Well...
Because people think...
Alright, I'm a fan of Popcorn. Like, where artistry is concerned, you know.
Got it.
Where, like, with me being a producer. You know, not because he's the greatest, but him just have a thing about him that's unique.
Something that stands out, yeah.
Yeah, like, and that's what Address is about. Have something about it that is unique. Be unique in some way. You don't have to be unique in every way.
Got it.
Because you can't, really and truly.
Right.
You know, because as soon as you be unique, then somebody else start do what you're doing and you're not unique anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, him have something that cannot be mimicked about him. You know what I mean? It's just him. Like a signature thing, you know what I mean? And like, I admire everybody who's like that. So, they don't necessarily have to be doing good with it, but it still exists in them, and that's a greatness, you know what I mean? Even if it is being misused.
Yeah. I
hate that it is being misused, but I love the fact that you have it.
Anybody uses it right, you think?
A lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. Most people is like that use it to do the right things. Just a handful of people sometimes who... You know what I mean? But most people who have real talent always...
Where do you get this train of thought from? You think it's your upbringing or influence, stuff you read? I was curious about people like that.
It's really Rastafari. I credit most of this to Rastafari because, I mean, Rastafari is life teachings, and it is teaching that is suitable for a youth living in a third world situation like myself. It's really for youths who live... Like a man who born comfortable with a gold spoon in his mouth, not gonna really understand what Rastafari really is. I mean, it probably will, but not as easy as a youth who really see Rastafari teachings happening in front of him face every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who we're like second-class citizens of the world, you know what I mean? So that's where your overstanding come from. Now you have a lot of second-class citizens who are very elusive, who feel like them rich and make it.
Yeah.
But them have a few hundreds, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're not really there, you know what I mean? You're still a sufferer. If worse come to worse and this world will blow up, you're not going to go on the ship to Mars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that is how Rasta come about for me.
So how long have you been into that?
Well, Rasta...
You weren't raised Rasta, right?
No, what going is my grandfather is a Rasta and my father have a whole heap of Rasta friend. But I grew up really in church.
Right.
That's where I grew up, you know. And
so did you feel like some of these thoughts you have, you felt them when you were younger, but you weren't Rasta, and then when you found Rastafari...
I was always like this, though.
Right.
That's the thing. And, I mean, anybody who know me can tell you, like, I'm always in debates with people at church. You know, like... A lot of things didn't make sense to me that they do, you know what I mean? I didn't really care that it don't make sense, you know, because I know it will never make sense, you know, to anybody who have sense, you know what I mean? So, I was always like this. Even in school, my teachers, you know, was always wondering what is wrong with this child, you know what I mean? Is he troubled? Is he mad? You know, because, I mean, most of what they taught in school didn't make sense either, you know what I mean? I only did it because I had to pass my exams, but, you know what I mean? But, you know, I've been like this forever, you know what I mean? And I don't know, but I was raised with my grandparent, with my grandmother, you know? I have a whole heap of Rasta brethren, my neighbors were Muslim, so like, you know, I have a whole heap of different religious and spiritual
Muslim
experience.
Jamaicans?
They were from New York, but they were living in Jamaica.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're...
Are there any Muslims in Jamaica?
Well, his wife was like an Arab lady, right? And he was Muslim, like a Jamaican. He went to prison.
And became Muslim.
Became a Muslim in prison, and he was living. So like, you know, I have neighbors who are Muslim, Rasta, and then I have neighbors who are Jehovah Witness people. You know, like I have all different kind of people living around me. You know what I mean? I had a priest from Bobo Shanti living around the road.
You live in religious central? Your neighborhood.
No, but that's what Jamaica is. That's what Jamaica is. You know what I mean? A lot of people think Jamaica is just, you know, a lot of people think Jamaica is just Rasta and dreadlocks, but Jamaica have a lot of different, you know, it's like a hub, just like New York City, just like anywhere else. It's very concentrated with all different.
Well, you know why people think that, because the music is so powerful from Jamaica that it gives you just one. Yeah. Like I don't hear any dope Arab records that come out of Jamaica. No, you might think, oh, there's probably a lot of Arabs or Muslims there. Like Jamaica music is
Jamaica
so
have a lot
strong.
of Arabs. For instance, like there is Japanese in Jamaica, probably more than Jamaicans right now. You know what I mean?
There's no big Chinese Jamaican music.
Well, but they're actually very involved in like the dancehall and the reggae culture. So they come there and, you know, like the
I know
Japanese win dancehall queen and
of course. Yeah. What is this tour thing like? What's
all right? Well, this is.
Give me the rundown.
Well, this is my first tour in the United States. It's an East Coast tour. You know what I mean? We did 8 shows because I like to keep my tours short and nice. You know what I mean? I can't manage a long road life.
8 shows?
Yeah.
That's not a tour, Chronixx. You're just doing 8 shows.
It's what we do. But what we do, like, we do it in parts.
Yeah. Hey,
like
break it up.
8 East Coast. Then you do like 8 West Coast.
And you do 8 shows and then what, go back home?
Yeah, I have to rest, if even for a day. Like I did that with Europe. So in Europe, we went to like probably 10 or 12 different countries. Yeah. But it was like in 3 parts. So I did like 2 weeks, went home, the 2 weeks. In all, it was like an 8-week tour. Yeah. And like, you know, when Protege was there, like right during the time. And I met up with him, did some shows, went home, and came back and like, I'm here again, man. You know, so it was like 3. Because, you know, I have to produce, I have to like make time for the other things that I do as a musician. You know what I mean? I have to make time to compose. I can't just be on the road like that. You know what I mean? So I try and design my career to suit who I am, you know, as a person. So this is our first. The first leg of our US tour. So this is Chronixx, Kellis, and Zinc Fence Redemption. Zinc Fence Redemption is the band, my band. I'm like the lead singer in the band. Right. Yeah. So Kellis now, she has her band in Jamaica, but you know, we always try and like feature each other in whatever we're doing. So like I'm doing UK in October. So on that tour I will have Dre Island, who's the next artist that he features me and I features him. Like whatever we do it together, all of us. You know what I mean? So Kelly is here with me on this tour. You know, I was with Protege and Kabaka and Janine in Europe. Yeah. So it's just always like this. You know
I like
what
it.
I mean? Yeah, man.
Where you doing your show here?
SOBs tonight.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah. And then Brooklyn.
What time?
I think 10, yeah.
Real 10 o'clock or Jamaican 10?
Well, more than likely Jamaican 10. I mean,
it starts at 10? Oh, you go first?
Yeah, I'm opening up for him.
How's that going?
It's going really good.
Is he treating you all right?
Yeah, great.
All right.
Yeah, man, it's good to be on the road with them, you know. It's a good opportunity. It's a nice like a platform for me to get my music out there and to even just to reveal to the people them that is unity that we're doing, you know. It's not a competition thing. We as a youth, we have a message that we want to deliver and we can do it together.
What's your message?
What's my message? Love and peace and unity and truth. You know, my truth.
It's a good message.
Yeah.
Good messages. I try to live a love and peace and unity life. It's hard though. It's a lot of obstacles, especially in New York.
Yeah, it's hard. It's something that we sing about, like you were saying before. You know, we kind of use our music as as a benchmark as to how we want to live.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily, like, we're not saints, you know? We don't live exactly the way that we sing about, but it's something that we aspire to, you know?
So how do I do that? Or it's not me personally, but I'm saying, how does someone who doesn't write music, what do we use as marks? Or something to keep us in check? Tattoo? I get a tattoo?
Well, I mean, if that's what keep you in check. Like, so if
Maybe
you
like a
want to be
reminder.
if you want to be a thug, you put thug
Life.
life. You know what I mean? And then if you get caught being a wimp, then people will be like, yo, how come you have all of that shit? And you know what I mean? So like, you have to, I mean, whatever you can do to create a standard, because the thing with me is, like, I don't have expectations with people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I have very high standards for myself.
For yourself.
So the only time I get disappointed in life is when I disappoint myself.
I need a standard, some kind of...
Well, what do you do?
I eat junk food.
Well, we can start there.
I eat a lot. But look, I went to a meeting.
How about, say you work on the radio.
Yeah.
Let me give you an idea.
Okay.
You can start a health program on the radio.
Or a health tip every time
where
you give a health tip.
Where you are giving people tips about
Right.
health.
I feel a lot like a
About
liar,
health.
though.
Exactly,
No,
and
that's the
that's
point.
the start of it.
Yeah.
As soon as you start feeling like a liar, you're going correct. You know what I mean? Say it like, but I can't be tricking people. So you're going to start,
Right.
you know?
If I'm going to live pure,
Yeah.
or try as much
Yeah.
as I can. So that way, if I tell other people to do it, then when I mess up, I realize I have
Exactly.
something to
So
hold on to.
when we say pants from waist, now we're
Yeah, sometimes I look at him and I say, yo, pants.
You know, like when I go through the airport, everybody's like, let me see your pants. You know what I mean? So it's like, you go at the studio, people will say, hold on. Oh, your pants are on your waist. So it's like, you know, it's,
Keep in check. Keep yourself in check.
you know what I mean? So,
Healthy's nice, you know, healthy tastes good. You know?
yeah, start by line. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I got an addiction.
There's food that tastes like junk food that's healthy.
What? What is it?
We're vegan, so we like,
Yeah.
we
You're
know.
vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of us are vegan.
That means you don't even eat
We don't eat any animal
fish,
products.
no animal products, no milk,
No
nothing.
fish.
cheese.
No.
No.
What do you eat?
Good
Grass.
food. It's nice. Good food. Like
We eat
it's-
good food.
Like yesterday I had
We went
some
to-
stew,
What's the name of the place?
veggie fish.
Reggae,
it was Veggie Castle.
Veggie Castle
Yeah, that,
Here in New York?
Yeah.
in Queens.
You ate veggie fish.
Yeah, so it's like fish that is made from, like they make something that tastes.
Yeah, I know.
It don't really taste like fish, but it's from soy.
Yeah, I've been to vegetarian places and I'm like, yo,
I had cheesecake. It was
Yeah,
good.
cheesecake.
Yeah, it's vegan.
guys, we learned a lot today. Okay, we learned vapor instead of smoke. Keep standards for yourself. Eat veggie fish. Keep your pants up on your waist, and listen to Chronixx and Calissa, and go see them. I don't know. This show tonight will probably already pass by the time you see this.
One
But
on
how do they
Saturday.
find you?
There's one on Saturday as well.
Where?
In Brooklyn. It's CPAC.
Oh, CPAC.
CPAC, yeah.
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 Like
CPAC.
Yeah, that's what we call it, CPAC.
Okay.
PAC.
And how do people find you? Like, can they find you online and stuff?
I mean, anybody who know they're on the line.
You care about any internet stuff?
Yeah, but like Chronixx, CHRONIXX. You know, so from you know to spell Chronixx, you're on your way. So it's chronixxmusic.com.
Oh, the businessman definitely wants you to promote something.
So it's like facebook.com/chronixxmusic. You know, at I am Chronixx on Twitter, Chronixx
Perfect.
Music on Instagram.
Love it.
Chronixx.
Yo, Chronixx, ladies and gentlemen. Cypher Sounds, Calissa, and we're going to go get some veggie fish cheesecake.